GA strike. And it's going down as we kind of knew it would. It is going to happen at midnight tonight. It is pretty far reaching. What's going to happen here is that literally, especially with the Emmy nominations that came up, and this actually was brought up during the press conference, actors are not going to be allowed to promote anything, basically. Anything that is part of the Sag Aftra contract, so anything visual, like film, TV, any of that, even for the Emmy nominations, they are not allowed to go out and self-promote or promote the projects that were nominated. This is a big deal because this literally was just announced. It affects the entire industry. And this, the guidelines per the union rules will not allow it. So this also is going to have very big consequences for San Diego Comic-Con, which was still going on, still had some projects, panels that were going to happen, but because of these guidelines now, the even past projects cannot be promoted. So that means that they have canceled. There was supposed to be a That 70s Show reunion that was going to happen there. That's not happening now. The Rookie pulled out. There are others most likely going to not happen as well. They were just going to have signings for these events. But because these are current productions, like say What We Do in the Shadows, film, TV shows like that, it will not most likely happen now. This event happens next week. So it starts, I believe, on the 19th. And so I highly doubt that the union contract disputes, any of that will be figured out before then. But on top of that, because this is happening now, you are most likely going to cancel all of the travel plans because you don't know, and you don't want to have money paid out for that travel, and because it's very expensive, because you have to include the security and all of that for these people to go to these things, for it not to happen. So you're better off just canceling everything. Now, that's a safeguard for the studios, but for Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, that's bad news. Already, this is the first year in history that I can think of where Hall H is closed on Sunday. With this now means tons of events that were on site and off site are not going to be able to happen now. The signings that typically take place in the middle of the con floor, like you've already got Hulu and other. Hulu was like about the only one, I think, that even had a booth, and they were going to have people there for, FX was going to have people there for What We Do in the Shadows. Most likely not happening now. So I'm not sure how this is going to, affect Comic-Con financially, but you have to figure that a lot of people are going to be very disappointed and maybe pulling out of even going to the show now that would normally go for those tentpole type of things. Again, the comics are still represented. The only problem is, you have a lot of people that it's risky to do panels when you're a actor and creator to promote a comic book, when there's a chance that somebody's going to try and ask you about current projects not associated with that comic book. So the logistics of that's going to probably be pretty hard. There was a big announcement about the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis is actually going to be at San Diego Comic-Con for her new comic book signing. I don't know if that's going to happen now. Hopefully it will, because she's pretty rare to find in these situations. And it's a comic book that she's promoting, not a film or TV project. But again, you have to figure out the logistics. You don't want to tick off your union. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that regard. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up of where we're at. So far, we're waiting to hear on other cancellations. Most likely there's going to be a few. But with the announcement of this, it's going to put the put some, not just San Diego Comic-Con, but other conventions with, I don't think it's going to affect autographs and things of that nature, but you're probably not going to have many panels that are going to be able to be done. And we're getting into convention season. It's happening, Rose City Comic-Con, Emerald City Comic-Con, events like that. Hopefully this gets resolved very, very soon. I mean, it's a big deal. I think it's the first strike in 60 years for Sag Aftra to happen, and it's for very good reasons. If you read some of the details that came out about this, like they're basically a lot of these production producers and the producers are on the side of the actors, but you have these corporations stating things like, we're going to just starve them out. They're asking to be able to use the actors' images with AI in perpetuity for forever without any kind of financial payout to the actors for when they're used. It's insane. It is literally crazy when you look at it. And so again, this is I am on the side of the actors and the writers. It is insane, some of the things that are being demanded of them. Everybody has a right to be able to eat and to work and do what they do. And you wouldn't have the films, you wouldn't have the series, you wouldn't have the work without these people. And thinking that, oh, well, we can just, plug it all into a computer and have it be the level that these artists and creators do. And for us as consumers to accept that and to be okay with what's happening to these people that we've grown up with, seen their films, are fans of, love and respect, and enjoy what they do, is crazy to think that we would be like, yeah, get them. No, I am with the actors, I'm with the producers, I'm with the writers, I'm with the guys that make the stuff that we love, and you should be too. And I'm assuming you are, because you're a human being and not an AI, maybe. But regardless of all of that, this is going to be a big blow for San Diego Comic-Con. Already hurting from stuff like this and the involvement with this. So please, support the unions. I'm from a union family. We would have starved and had no insurance if my dad hadn't been in a union when I was growing up. So, they're there for a reason, and it's more than obvious here is why. This entire situation is why we have them. So again, guys, thank you. I'll keep you appraised of everything. We'll have more content on Zennie62 Media and Oakland News Now about this. So keep an eye out, and thank you. And I'm going away. Bye.